Have you ever stopped and wondered why you're feeling a little more alone lately? Yeah, I get it. It's one of those things that might creep up on you without warning. But trust me, there's more to it than meets the eye. It's all tied to something big happening on the inside, your spiritual awakening. If you keep paying attention, you'll start to see how your personal growth and the space you're feeling between you and others are actually two sides of the same coin. As you go through this transformation, it's totally normal to feel a little disconnected from the people who've always been around, like family or old friends. It's not something you're choosing to do, but more of a natural step in the grand scheme of things. Think of it like this. Your solitude isn't a punishment, but more like a quiet chapter in your spiritual story. It's a pause, a little gap in the noise, where you're being asked to tune into yourself. Sure, it might feel strange at first, like a car that suddenly stalls, but it's just the universe giving you a chance to catch up with the shifts happening within you. And hey, if you're wondering what's going on, don't worry. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. This retreat from the social world might feel odd, but it's actually part of the bigger picture. The universe, in its own mysterious way, seems to be giving you some space, a little breathing room, to process the incredible changes that are unfolding. Now, here's the kicker. This isolation isn't a sign that you're destined to be alone forever. Far from it. It's more like a timeout, a moment for you to hit pause and dive deep within yourself. It's an invitation to reconnect with your innermost being and figure out what's really going on beneath the surface. The truth is, this phase is a big deal on your spiritual path. It's your time to rediscover yourself, to understand who you're becoming as you move through this journey. And don't forget, this is just one chapter of your story. Sure, right now it feels like you're walking down a quiet road, but that doesn't mean the road will stay empty forever. As you sit in this period of solitude, try to see it as a golden opportunity to grow, to align with the true you. Then, when the time's right, you'll be ready to return to the world, not just as you were, but as someone who's more in tune with who you really are. So why are you feeling this way? Well, part of it comes down to something that's a little more sensitive than you might realize. Right now, you're tuned in on a whole new level. Your senses, your spiritual antennas, are cranked up to the max, and it's making you more aware of things than ever before. You might feel distant from the hustle and bustle of your usual social life, almost like you're standing on the outside looking in. But this sensitivity, it's actually a blessing. Think of it as an upgrade, a fresh perspective on the world. It's not just your intuition, it's a total sensory makeover. Imagine flipping a switch, and suddenly everything around you is louder, brighter, more intense. Your senses are heightened, and you're picking up on things you didn't notice before. It doesn't mean you're becoming hyper-aware or judgmental, but it's more about noticing the subtleties, the energy in a room, the vibe someone gives off. You're not just seeing with your eyes anymore. You're seeing with your soul. And trust me, this sensitivity will eventually guide you to a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. All right, let's dive into the physical shifts that come with a spiritual awakening. Trust me, it's like your whole world starts to change in ways you didn't expect. First off, you might notice your taste buds going on a little adventure. Foods that used to hit the spot might now feel too heavy, like they're weighing you down, or just energetically off. It's not about following some strict diet or jumping on the latest health craze. Nope. It's about listening to your body and letting it guide you to what it truly needs as your consciousness expands. For instance, that cup of coffee you used to swear by? Suddenly it might feel like a punch to the gut instead of a warm hug. It's not that coffee is bad. It's just that your system's more sensitive now, and you can feel the full impact it has on your energy. The caffeine might feel like it's stirring things up inside you more than it used to. And those steaks or creamy dairy products you once loved? Well, your body might be telling you they're no longer a match for where you're headed. You're starting to crave lighter, more nourishing foods that align better with your energy, like your body's tuning itself up for the next phase. But wait, it's not just your diet that's changing. It's everything. Your senses are becoming more attuned. Your eyes might start noticing little sparks or flashes of light, almost like the world around you is a bit more electric. Or maybe you hear things you didn't before, like subtle buzzing or even a shift in sound. It's like you're picking up on the vibrations around you, the unseen energy that's always there, but now you can feel it. This increased sensitivity, it's not something to fear. It's more like your body and spirit are syncing up with this higher frequency, fine-tuning you for what's next. Now, let's talk about those crowded, chaotic places that used to be no big deal. Suddenly they might feel like a draining whirlpool, sucking up all your energy. That's because with your new sensitivity, you're more aware of the energy swirling around you. It's like you're a sponge, soaking up everything in your environment. And those people who are still stuck in the hustle and bustle, drowning in drama and chaos, you might find it hard to even be around that anymore. But it's not that you're judging them or thinking you're better. No, it's just that your consciousness has shifted and you can't stomach the noise the way you used to. You're seeing things differently now, and it's not about walking away because you think you're superior. It's about realizing that the chaos just doesn't fit you anymore. You may feel like you need more alone time to recharge and realign yourself, and that's okay. It's not about being antisocial. It's about recognizing that your ability to handle certain energies has evolved. This phase is all about discovering what works for you now, understanding your new limits, and learning how to shine your light even when things around you are a little wild. So if you find yourself without a big social circle right now, don't sweat it. This isn't a setback. Actually, it might just be a blessing in disguise. It's a time for personal reflection, for deep diving into who you really are and how you can step into the next phase of your journey. This isn't about social failure. It's a redirection, an invitation to seek deeper self-knowledge and grow into the more awakened version of yourself. You're not losing anything. You're just making space for something way bigger. All right, here's the thing. During this phase, you've got a golden chance to dig deep into your ever-changing consciousness without the constant buzz of the outside world distracting you. It's like you're taking a breather, but not for good. Just long enough to catch your breath, reassess, and let all the shifts happening inside settle. The world around you? Yeah. It can feel like a chaotic hurricane, spinning faster than you can keep up with. So, stepping into solitude? That's like hitting pause, giving yourself a moment to refuel, find your center, and get some peace amidst the madness. Now, it's not about running away from people or cutting ties. It's about realizing when that quiet time is just what you need to realign with your new, more sensitive self. This is your time to look inward, without the noise of everyone else's thoughts clouding yours. Imagine being able to really hear your own inner voice for once, as clear as a bell ringing through a still forest. Without all the distractions, you can truly understand what's happening inside of you, what your heart is whispering, and notice even the smallest shifts in energy around you. Think of this solitude like a battery recharge. Life's been throwing a lot at you lately, and just like your phone needs a charge when it's running low, so do you. You're not avoiding people. You're just finding your footing again, tuning into the new level of sensitivity you've got now. Solitude lets you pause and recenter, so when you step back into the world, you do it with more clarity and strength. Sometimes, being on your own is the key to figuring out your true purpose in life. It's like peeling back the layers, one by one, to reveal the real you beneath all the expectations and noise society throws at you. It's a metamorphosis. You're in your cocoon, shedding the old skin that no longer fits, making room for the more authentic, awake version of yourself to spread its wings. But don't be fooled. It takes guts to embrace this kind of solitude. It's not always easy, but it'll help you build resilience and strength inside, preparing you to take on the spiritual hurdles ahead with confidence. This period also gives you the perfect space to connect with your spiritual side. You've got the time and space to tune into the universe's subtle vibrations, to strengthen that link between you and your inner self, as well as the spiritual world around you. So think of this time as a deep dive into rediscovery, a chance to reconnect with parts of yourself you might have forgotten in the rush of life. Embracing solitude isn't a sign of weakness. It's self-care at its finest. It's your opportunity to step back, disconnect from the world's demands, and take care of what truly matters, your spiritual journey. And hey, if this resonates with you, don't hesitate to share it with someone who might need to hear it too. Drop your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Until next time, take care of yourself.